everybody, Jesus loves you. My name's Cody. You're watching the Monday episode of that Christian news show thing that I do, and I missed you so much. just go to the intro. And before we get into some serious Christian news, I wanted to talk about Tony Hawk, who had his skateboard stolen. Instead of deciding to go to the police like a normal person, he just kind of decided, you know, I'll just Instagram the pictures of the thieves. He told them, hey, give me my board back or I will press charges. We know who you are. And this was like the first news story I found. It was like on the most popular CNN. I just kind of scrolled down, boring. Tony Hawk gets his skateboard stolen. It wasn't actually his skateboard, it was his girlfriend's son's. But it was a rare board from Tony Hawk's skateboard company. But the reason that this is so great is not because it's a big Tony Hawk celebrity story, but the fact that he went to a social media site instead of the police is just awesome. Just great to know that social media sites are becoming such a thing and so popular that you can do that instead of the police. And obviously what he told them was, you know, I will press charges if you guys don't give up, but we have your pictures, just so you know. So it was kind of a funny way. It was his girlfriend's son's idea, so that's kind of cool. Also in the news today, CMPD has decided to go with the secretary in prayer that many other police departments are already doing, and that is just to say, you know, you can't say Jesus in your prayer as a chaplain at the police department. Now, CMPD has 7 different chaplains, and they're all Christian. And it brings up a good point because no one's saying that they're offended by this. No one was offended by them saying Jesus in the first place. Now, people are saying that they don't care whether it is a non-secretarian prayer or not. It's not really offending anybody, but they're doing this because they thought, you know, it is more politically correct and all that stuff. One of the chaplains who's been a chaplain for 7 years decided to step down. He said, you know, I can't take Jesus out of this, so I would like to be excused from giving the prayer. They said that was fine, they're not going to push it. So they're being kind of cool about it. But I do like what Reverend in the area, Russ Dean, said, and what he said was, you know, he can't wait for the day that Islam's, Christians, rabbis, everybody can pray in their own way publicly at, like, you know, a Panthers game or whatever. Not a Panthers fan, but obviously he is. And he had a really good point when he said, you know, we're trying to make sure that it's politically correct and all that stuff. By trying to not offend everyone, we're ending up offending everybody. And I mean, my stance on this is, you know, we should have a Christian prayer. If it's a Christian chaplain, he should be able to say the prayer any way he wants. If they want another chaplain, they should get another chaplain with another religion. That being said, I know that there's a lot of Christians out there that would just freak out if there was a Muslim prayer anywhere. So it's kind of back and forth. Freedom of speech, and I think that people should be more accepting. I believe in tolerance and love. Not to say that we're all like, hey, what you're saying is right, but not to say, hey, we hate you because what you're doing is wrong. When everything boils down, it's all to opinion of a person. In all actuality, your faith is your opinion on something. And obviously, as a Christian, we believe in our opinion very strongly, but that doesn't mean we have the right to hate other people for their beliefs. But that's kind of what's happening with the election in Egypt of President Morsi. President Morsi is part of the Islam Brotherhood, and what the country knows is that the Brotherhood is trying to make it a very Muslim country. But what they are worried about is the law saying no blasphemy against Muslims, because that would mean that Christianity being outspoken in the public would be blasphemy to the Muslim community. So pretty much they would have a really roundabout way of saying, hey, no religious tolerance, we're only Muslims here. You can't be Christian outspokenly. Or any other religion for that matter. I'm not just saying Christianity is one. There's a lot of different religions in Egypt, but all of them would be hushed with the Brotherhood backing President Morsi, who is part of this Brotherhood. So there were tons of complaints against this election, but they looked at the votes, they said we can't change the votes. They're claiming they weren't rigged or anything, so there's enough Muslims there that say, hey, this is what we want. So even though it was a democratic vote, lose out because of this. So if anything, prayers out to the Christians out there, because they're probably going to get hushed up right now. They're saying it's not a for sure thing. President Morsi hasn't really made a statement on what he plans to do with the Muslim faith. As far as the Brotherhood goes, though, they have made it very clear that they would like to make it a very conservative Muslim country. Which I guess according to some people would make President Obama happy. And that brings us to our final story of the day. And our final story of the day is about Michael Yousef, who wrote a blog. Now, it wasn't a news story. You can see his blog down below. It's a news blog thing. You know, news blogs are supposed to have facts backing behind them, and they're supposed to be intelligent. Regardless, I got angry because pretty much what Michael Yousef is saying is, if he's a Christian and claims to be a Christian, I'd be a Christian if he's so nice to Islam. So what Michael Yousef's solution to this was, he's not a Christian according to most people, but he's one of those New Age Christians, more like a universalist. He says everybody gets to heaven through different saviors. Mine just happens to be Jesus. But the problem with that fact is that this news blog has no evidence of that whatsoever. There's nowhere where Obama has said that. If there is, please leave a link in the description below. But Obama has never said that there are multiple saviors. He has said that he is a Christian and that Jesus is the savior of people. So anyways, I just got really angry at this because I found this on a news blog on a professional news site stating as fact that he is this Christian universalist, and it's complete propaganda and has nothing to do with what he's actually said or believed in. So I just wanted to bring that up because there are false prophets out there that are saying anything they want and publishing anything they want just to get their point across that they want people to believe. But anyways, we go from that, we go to the question of the day, which is going to go back to the police force. Do you think that they should be allowed to say Jesus in their prayers and that anybody can say whatever prayer they want, or do you think it's better to have a really generic prayer that has no official God so everybody feels welcomed into the prayer? Except atheists. Or if you're an atheist, of course, do you think we should have any prayer at all? Do you think we should have chaplains? Do you think they help? Stuff like that. Just give me your opinion. I love opinions. So anyways, leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer, or do one of those video response things. I've never gotten one of those, and I want one. And from that, we go to the verse of the day. And the verse of the day is Matthew 7:15. Watch out for false prophets. They may come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly, they're just ferocious wolves. And what I'm getting at with that is false prophets who say, hey, you should hate this person because this is what they believe and not real Christianity. So blah, 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 blah. When they have no proof of that whatsoever. Research for your own self. Of course, the Bible verse more specifically just means, you know, people are going to tell you, hey, this is what Christianity is about, and it's not. You need to find out for yourself because some of these people are trying to get their personal gain and they make it completely obvious. Anyways, that's all I found interesting in the news today. So in closing, haters keep hating, Christians keep praying. Everybody like to subscribe. I will see you Wednesday, and God bless.